Hey Super Tubers, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and spread the word about the channel, and find me on these social media platforms. That's right, leaks. We got leaks. Toyotaro's Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 9. Before I go any further, I just want to say two quick things. Number one, I will be doing a separate video where I review the Chapter 9 Toyotaro manga when I get my hands on the complete edition. I will be doing a review on it with more detail. But for this video, I want to talk about the information that has leaked. We got spoilers coming up. That's the second thing. If you do not want to be spoiled on the manga, and if you don't want to be spoiled on upcoming episodes of Dragon Ball Super, do not keep watching the video. Thank you, of course, for supporting Geekdom. And come back after you read the spoilers or after you see the episode, and we'll talk about it down in the comment section below. So, Chapter 9 of the Dragon Ball Super manga. I am joined on this video to talk about it by Blackenfist and Super Jayain. Say hello, Blackenfist.
I'm glad to be here to talk about these leaks inside Dragon Ball Super.
And Jay, you're always in good spirits.
G'day, friends and folks. Dragon Ball Z is my favorite show. I mean, Dragon Ball in general is my favorite show, actually.
Well, that's one thing that Australians do have in common is they love their Dragon Ball. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. So this chapter, Chapter 9 of the manga, picks up right where Chapter 8 left off, Goku squaring off against Botamo. And what happens is that Goku's attacking Botamo with shots, but it doesn't do any damage because Botamo's body is slick. He has a slick body. We knew about this when the character leaks had come on the official Toei homepage, so this is all confirmed. Botamo's body is slippery, not furry. So Goku decides, okay, well, I'm going to really test his body. Kamehameha. Goku blasts Botamo with the Kamehameha. Doesn't work on him. Champa, of course, thinks this is very funny. And Piccolo and Vegeta start commenting. There's a lot of dialogue in this chapter. This chapter has a lot of dialogue. Not too much. Mostly commentary from like the Z fighters and the people watching the fights. But it's mostly action. Tons and tons of action in this chapter. What were you going to say?
You sure this is not inspired by Broly, man? I mean, you remember that time, you know.
No, please don't say that. This video is going to get a lot of views, and I don't want people confused. There is no Broly in Dragon Ball Super. Because the last time when I had Zeon on one of these, he said it as a joke, and some stupid website made it like legit. No.
Okay, I was just drawing comparisons between him, you know, tanking Kamehamehas. That's it.
Yes. Oh, good point. You know what? There you go. Botamo tanked the Kamehameha. So
he's secretly Broly, you know.
Yeah. There you go. So Krillin says, don't worry because Goku hasn't transformed yet. And Vegeta says, well, we don't know if Goku can transform, or we don't know if Goku does transform, if it'll even help because of Botamo's body. Vegeta and Piccolo are the best strategists, and they're wondering if Goku should even go full power because this is the first round. Now, one thing we found out about this manga chapter, guys, is that there are no breaks in between fights. If you are curious about the rules of this tournament, okay, because I know there's some confusion about this, I have another video which I will link in the description below where I explain the rules of this tournament. So if you're confused about how it works, go watch that video first, then come back and finish this one. Anyways, once you win a fight, you go ahead and you face the next opponent with no rest period. There is not a rest period. So you have to be smart. You have to conserve your power. And Vegeta and Piccolo are talking about should Goku go all out. Vegeta says wouldn't be smart. So then Goku gets this bright idea looking at Botamo's weight. He grabs Botamo's legs. He dangles him over the edge of the ring and then drops him out of bounds. And that's how Goku defeats Botamo. What do you think about that?
That sounds pretty awesome. I definitely thought Goku would beat Botamo and go on to fight in the second round against the next opponent. Botamo is a character to me that kind of comes across as a gag character. He's not supposed to be taken that seriously, and it's kind of evident by the stuff like him bouncing around the arena and the way he fights Goku. So I think he's definitely taken as a gag character, and the more serious characters are the upcoming ones.
Yeah, Blackenfist, how do you feel about that? Does it kind of remind you of that first Budokai from Dragon Ball? I think there's a lot of stages.
It reminds me of Super Buu. Oh, not Super Buu. Was it Kid Buu? Who was that? The one version that rolled up in a cannonball and started to like go crazy?
They all did that, man.
They all did that.
The only one that didn't do it was Fat Boo was the only one that didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yes. And by the way, folks, if you haven't subscribed to Blackenfist or Super Jan, you might want to go and do that. I'll leave links to their channels down below as well. Lots of links down below for you guys to explore this beautiful thing called YouTube, where the three of us try to spread positive, real information and not bullshit. So, Goku is declared the winner for Universe 7 Round 1. Beerus and Whis are happy. Champa's thinking, maybe I picked the wrong guy. Up next is Frost. And Vegeta and Piccolo are talking about how similar Frost and Freeza look. And Frost is the complete opposite of Freeza. He is the gentleman. Bulma even comments on that. He is, like Piccolo said in the previous chapter, he senses no evil from him. Frost asked Goku, are we going to do our best? And Goku says, let's do it. So, Goku versus Frost in the second round. Goku says, wow, you're completely different than Frieza. And, no, Krillin says, you're completely different than Frieza. Excuse me. And then what happens is Goku and Frost start fighting, and Frost is in his first form, but Frost is on guard knowing that Goku's very dangerous. He doesn't want to get caught off guard and maybe knocked out of the ring. So then they start throwing punches. You know, they're throwing punches at each other. Frost dodges the punches. Excuse me, I'm excited here. And they're going back and forth. And pretty much what happens is they're moving so fast that Krillin and Roshi can't see them, which is typical Dragon Ball. How many times have we seen that trope used in Dragon Ball?
Probably since the first tournament arc. Remember when Krillin and Master Roshi, but it was a gag. It was used more as a gag back then. But ever since then, we're just going, oh, we can't see them. Like, yeah, I know. How many times is we've been hearing that since the first tournament arc. Pretty much.
Exactly. It's a trope. Now, they're fighting, right, back and forth, and then Goku makes a comment. He goes, you're not going to your full power. I know that you have transformations, of course, because he battled Frieza not once but twice. And Frost says, okay, I'll transform for you. And he transforms into a form that resembles Frieza's third form, which is the alien-looking xenomorph form. Piccolo remembers that the third form is very, very dangerous, which of course I'm sure in the anime we're gonna get that beautiful Kai footage that Zeon loves so much of Piccolo fighting third form Frieza on Namek, right?
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite things about Dragon Ball Super, the fact that you get a flashback that just directly from the previous series, not even newly animated.
So Champa. Yeah. Well, do you like that? How do you feel about that?
It's the perfect way to do a flashback, instead of, actually taking the time to actually do things anew, like the huge flashback we got at the end of the Buu arc when Vegeta was reminiscing. We got an amazing flashback of Goku and Vegeta's rivalry, all newly animated. But who really needs that? We can
I can sense your sarcasm. So Frieza or Frost is in his third form, and he says, "This good enough for you?" And Champa's laughing. Goku says, "Well, you're different from the guy that we knew, which is Frieza, because if you guys remember, Goku never saw Frieza's third form. He sensed it when he was in the rejuvenation tank, but he never saw the form. So what happens is Frost is like, well, what are you talking about? And then Goku's like, let's not talk about that right now, which is, they don't want to go into the whole Frieza history. And then the match continues. They're going back and forth or whatever, Frost and Goku. And then what happens is he shoots a ki blast at Goku, and it looks like he gets him. And he's like, you're not fully you're not that injured, but you should quit right now. Right? And then Goku says, thank you for going full power. And now let me show you my full power, which is, of course, him going SS God or SS God, SS, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, whatever. And then Frost realizes, oh, shit, he's a Saiyan or Saiyan. He gets it now. He gets it. So Universe 6 is cheering, and Goku lunges at Frost. And then Frost immediately goes into his final form. Goku's like, whoa, I knew you had a final form. And that's where the chapter ends. So we've been pretty much left on a cliffhanger that Goku is going to be fighting Frost in his final form in the next chapter, which is chapter 10. First of all, Jay, your thoughts on what we got this chapter? A lot of action.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it animated or even drawn in Toyotaro's manga. it just makes me look forward to what these other characters can do, and Carbo especially. But I'm definitely glad that Frost has the same transformations as Freeza, and I can't wait to see how they color and animate his versions of those forms in the anime.
Me neither. It's a good chance for them to sell more toys. Spoiler alert: we know from the episode title of Dragon Ball Super Episode 34, Piccolo is going to be fighting Frost. So Frost is going to defeat Goku in Chapter 10. Frost will beat Goku one way or another. So it's interesting to see how that's going to turn out. So that means that fourth form Frost, or if he's hiding a golden / silver / whatever secret evolution, could be stronger than SS God SS, or maybe Goku just gets worn out from fighting already. Who knows? But
it really, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it really raises the question, if Goku can't beat Frost, it's going to be interesting. What can Piccolo do against Frost? You know what I mean? Like, that's going to be the real question. Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, Vegeta won't be as worn out as Goku will be from fighting 2 fights. He might win, he might lose, but what can Piccolo do? That's the interesting thing.
Yeah, we'll find out. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think about Frost? Do you think that him using the transformations again, do you think it's lazy? Do you think it makes sense in the context? Like, do you think that the fact that there are similar transformations to Frieza's, is it lazy or does it make sense? I think it actually makes sense, but I want to know your thoughts down below, as well as your thoughts on how the tournament's shaping up. And any new predictions you might have, leave them down below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Also, check out Blackenfist, Super Jayain, and please check out the Arcosian, my buddy from Germany who helped me out with these leaks. I appreciate it very much, and I'll catch you down the road.